store. And we go to characters. You see how Claudette has the goo there? I think Jake's got one. Yeah, Jake's got one there. Little serum. Dwight's got one, I think. Oh, Demi one, I think. Meg have one? I don't got one. Nia, do you have one? No. Copper? See how they've got like the goo? Well, that's what the Alchemist did. The Alchemist did all this. And now if we go to the Alchemist, which is this guy right here. There he is. That's the Alchemist. So have a read of him. So we got blind corruption. Pushes through and courses through his veins, corrupting his mind and body, yet granting him an unnatural physical ability. Special ability, Rush. Press the power button, quickly rush forward, doing so consumes a rush token. While performing Rush, the blight cannot launch an attack. So you can't... Okay, so you can't attack. Okay. Rushing to the wall or obstacle in the environment to slam into it. If the rush fails to connect with the wall or obstacle, or if the blight is out of rush tokens, he will enter the short fatigue state and begin recharging his tokens. Special attacks. Lethal Rush. Following the a slam, press the power button to launch a lethal rush. Doing so consumes a rush token. A lethal rush behaves the same as a rush, except that the blight may launch an attack by pressing the attack button. Fair enough. So, and then let's look at its perks. Dragon's Grip. After kicking a generator for the next 30 seconds, the first survivor that interacts with it will scream, revealing their location for 4 seconds and becoming afflicted with the exposed status effect for 6 seconds. Dragon's Grip has a cooldown of 120 seconds. So, that means if I'm going to kick a generator, I'm going to go... Well, that's going... And so if I go, oh, I can just repair it again. They'll go... and scream like they do with a doctor, or when they've been affected by the toxic, by the clown. They'll get the exposed status. That means if I can rush there quick as I can with this guy, I can just go down, slug, and then leave him there. Oh, hang on. That's nice. That's a good perk. That Hex Blood Favor. A hex that gains the disease favor when blood is spilled. When a survivor is hit, pallets within 16 meters of your location are held in place by the enemy for 15 seconds. These pallets cannot be pulled down. Hex Blood Favor has a cooldown of 60 seconds or a minute. That means when I hit a survivor, Pardon for that. When I hit a survivor, when I hit a survivor, finished? You finished? Done? Right. When I hit a survivor, the pallets will basically not be... if they do a loop, they can't basically pull it down. They'll just do that constantly. So that will be a good perk to use if you're doing a lot of chases. That might be quite good on like Billy or someone. Hex Undying. A hex which maintains the vile powers that flow throughout the trial. While Hex Undying is active, survivors within 2 meters of any tome have their aura revealed for them for a second. When another Hex tome is cleansed, the Hex transfers to an available tome, losing any tokens in the process. So, a bit like... what do you call it? A bit like the Demogorgon when he goes, and then the aura shows up around the around the portal. That's what it's called. It has or it might have the actual aura itself when you see like the hooks or the spiders, yet yellow or red or whatever, which is quite good. Any of the totems, the Dole or Hex totems, kind of, you know, chores. But then when let's say you've got that perk, Blood Favor, that gets destroyed, that'll transfer to another dull totem. So you think about it, Haunted Ground, there's 5 totems. You've got 2 totems using because of that one and that one. Or that one mostly in the Haunted Ground. There's 3 extra totems that could have Haunted Ground. Or that might not work, same for Ruin. So, it's a bit creepy that. Now, I won't read his backstory, I'll do that for a different time. That's the Blight. Now let's look at Felix Richard. It might be my new favourite male character. Just because how he looks, basically. Alright, Felix Richard. Visionary. The teachable Felix Richard perk. Survivor. You remarkably focus on your means of escape. You see the generator's aura within 32 meters. Anytime a generator is completed, Visionary has a cooldown of 20 seconds. So, personally, I think this perk is a bit pointless. Because you can see generator auras within 32 meters. Well, that's what Detective Hunches does. Plus, Detective Hunches also shows totem. So that perk's pretty much pointless. So I personally wouldn't be using that perk. But it's level 30, so obviously it's going to be a crap perk. But it has a cool. Anytime it cools down. I don't know. Until I use it, I won't know. Desperate Measures. Teachable Felix Richard perk. You refuse to fail even during your darkest hour. For each injured, hooked, or dying survivor, increase the speed of your healing and unhook actions by 10%. Oh my god. Really? Be quiet. Good, be quiet. For each injured, hooked, or dying survivor, increases the speed of your healing and hooked actions. So, you run that with We'll Make It. Is there a perk that makes you hook people faster? You could take. It's a bit you could take. Desperate Measures, We'll Make It, Botany Knowledge. That's 3 perks. That you just go and heal really quick. So when this guy comes out, I've got to get this guy to 50, or at least 35, just so I can get that Desperate Measures. Pop it on Yui, and we'll see how that works. By the time this guy comes out, which will give or take 2 weeks, I'll have another BP and I'll get them sorted. Now we've got Built to Last. Last perk of his. Built to Last. Teachable Felix perk again. You know how to get the most of your tools. Once per trial, a depleted item will refill 30% of its charges after 10 seconds. Only once per trial though. So that's going to be another crap perk. Well, not majority of the time, if I use an item, I'll use it. And if it's depleted, then I'll just go, right. You do it every time I'm about to speak.
I can't help it.
So yeah, every time I use an item, I go, empty. Drop. Pointless. Yeah, I can bring it with me and take it to the next trial, or if I drop it somewhere, I'll go pick it back up and then I'll leave with it. Or I'll find a better item and I'll take that out. That just seems a pointless perk, personally. The only good perk out of them all is that one, personally. Because that's just basically Detective Hunch. Which, you know, I personally like. I do like that perk if I'm working as a team. That one's my favourite perk out of them all. And how he looks is pretty swanky. He hasn't got any outfits either, so. And I thought I'd have enough BP for him.